Division 5 district final action on this final day of February in Athens, Ohio. 2 Sweet 16 tickets set to be punched tonight in the Convo as the Zane Trace Pioneers out of the SVC at 20-4 square off with the mighty Minford Falcons, ranked number 1 in the state in Division 5. Welcome back to the Convo here on the banks of the Hocking River. Carson Francis and John Bruce with you once again to get this doubleheader started. John, another district final, Pioneers, Falcons. What can we expect to see out of this one?
A lot of highly skilled players tonight. You've got 2 big-time Division II prospects in Miles Montgomery and Bennett Kaiser on the side of the mighty Minford Falcons. And then for Zane Trace, just a very skilled overall team, a team that has great team chemistry. Both teams have really good team chemistry. So you're going to see some extra passes tonight. You're going to see maybe someone make one too many passes that may lead to a turnover here and there. But overall, it's going to be 2 teams that really like each other, play really well together, and play at a pretty high level as well. So Zane Trace, a little better overall outside shooting team, but man, it's more than likely on the court, Minford's going to have the top 2 players at any given time. But man, Zane Trace has some nice depth as well. They play about 7 guys. 6 of them play a good bit. And then, the 7th makes plays when he goes in. Doesn't play a whole lot of minutes, but does do the right things. Now, over for Minford, they'll play 6 or 7 guys as well. But most of the shots are going through 3. And you've got Glockner and Reeder who can stretch the floor as well, but don't get as many shots. So it'll be interesting to see if which one of these teams gets off to a quicker start. For Minford, they've lost their last 2 years at this level in the district finals, both times to North Adams the last 2 seasons. So they are hungry for that. This Zane Trace team 2 years ago reached the district finals before falling, and this is the first time that really outside of Landon Robinson, any of these guys will have started here on the Convo floor. So could see that be a little surprise for Zane Trace to start, especially when they shoot at this end with the deep hole down and the back wall. That can make it a little more difficult to knock down your first couple of shots here, especially on that end because it is deeper. But really, overall, these are teams that are going to give each other, good leading passes. They're going to try to set their teammates up in a good way. And really, if Zane Trace wants to get off to a fast start, they need number 3, Grady Stewart, to get going in a hurry. Stewart is one of those players that plays with a lot of confidence. And whenever he plays with confidence, if he makes that first or second shot, he's starting to feel good after that for the rest of the game. And the 2 losses to Uniota didn't happen in those games. He struggled in those games, but when they beat Jackson, he made some shots early. In their win over Ironton, he made some shots early. Same with Nelsonville York. When he makes shots early, it gives everyone time to kind of relax and start to feel their game throughout instead of trying to force it because no one's scoring. So he can get the scoring going early and then someone pick it up in the second half. But either way, this is a very good Zane Trace team who has one of the better wins in the area with that win over Jackson a couple of weeks ago. Should just be a really fun game. I think Minford probably is the favorite, but that's why you play the game.
And Minford, both of these teams, coming off games that they played on Monday over in Waverly, a 72-44 win over South Point for Minford, and as we talked about, a 52-45 win over Ironton for Zane Trace. Both teams in one way or another kind of had to work to get there in Waverly. Minford kind of started off slow in the first quarter, found their rhythm, got settled in a little bit, and Bennett Kaiser was able to pace the Falcons with a 30-point, 10-rebound showing that night.
Yeah, it wasn't a normal night for Mons Montgomery. He had 12 points, 10 assists, so still a good floor game, but didn't shoot the ball as well. Montgomery is now at 2,049 career points, getting up there in the SOC, the history of the SOC as far as points go. Still has a little bit of ways to go, but ultimately Montgomery has had an unbelievable career so far, and because of that, that's why West Liberty is where he'll be playing next year. One of those really high-scoring teams. I think it scored like 168 points the other day. They really can score it, and that's what Miles can really help bring to that program. That and a real infectious way of playing as well. Bennett Kaiser is going to go down around Fort Lauderdale to play at Nova Southeastern, another Division II school. And, man, he has just grown by leaps and bounds throughout his career. As a sophomore, was playing a little bit, a decent amount. But, man, last year, between his sophomore and junior year, he really exploded. And then this year, once again, has taken another leap. Montgomery and Kaiser are the co-District 14 Players of the Year from the coaches. Jackson Shoemaker, another one on first team, District 14 from Minford. And then you've got a second-teamer on Zane Trace and Gunnar McCullough, who finished second in the SVC in Player of the Year voting and had an outstanding season for Zane Trace. 14 points, 8 rebounds a game. Shot 62% from the field. Just overall, when Landon Jarrell was out early in the season with a wrist injury, they needed someone to step up and help in the scoring. Two guys did that. It was McCullough and Grady Stewart. Both stepped up in a big way, averaging 27 points a game between the two of them. And that helped Zane Trace get out to such a hot start and really has helped propel them to a 21 season.
Two teams here in Division 5 looking to dance their way onto the Sweet 16 here in the Convo. It's Minford and Zane Trace in this district championship game. We'll step aside and come back for the starting lineups. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Hio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Officials assigned to our game and selected by the basketball coaches in Ohio.
Back here inside the Convocation Center on the campus of Ohio University, Zane Trace and Minford set to square off for a Division V district final. And now for the player introductions for both teams, we send it down to our public address announcer, Lou Horvath.
The athletes, coaches, and officials against the Ohio High School Athletic Association request to regard them as such and so treat them in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Remember, just as you expect sportsmanship on the court, they expect sportsmanship in the stands. And now, don't look at your watch, don't look at your phone, because I'm going to tell you what time it is. Just like Ty Wortman always used to say to me, it's basketball 30. Let's go to our starting lineups. First, for the Pioneers, Zane Trace. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 0, Landon Gerald. A junior forward standing 6'3", number 3, Grady Stewart. A senior guard who's 5'9", number 5, Ezra Ribbon. A 6-foot senior guard wearing number 15, Landon Robinson. And at forward, he's 6'3", he's a junior, he's number 24, Gunnar McCullough. Ty Gassman, head coach, assisted by Nick Gerald, Bill Surf, and Marcel Pickett. And now, introducing the starters wearing their home whites for the mighty Minford Falcons. A 6'2" senior guard, number 3, Kate Glockner. At guard, he's a sophomore at 5'10", number 5, Ashton Rear. A 5'10" senior guard, number 10, Miles Montgomery. At forward, standing 6'4", your senior, number 34, Jake Jackson Shoemaker. And a 6'6" senior forward, number 41, Bennett Kaiser. John Shoemaker is the head coach, assisted by Ben Richards, Shane Davis, Jared McCray, and Aaron Montgomery.
The starters for Zane Trace and Minford take the floor, and we're just about ready to get things started here in the Convo, this Division V district final.
Got a good officiating crew once again tonight. Kyle Gilmore, John Evans, Jason Purcell, and the alternate that hopefully we will not have to see because usually that means an injury, Zach Kula.
Bennett Kaiser and Gunnar McCullough stand in the center circle. Two teams hungry for a district title. Minford looking for their first in 30 years. Day 2 of this weekend here at the Convo underway. The Falcons with possession to start this Division V district championship game. It's Miles Montgomery with it. Montgomery jump stops, kicks it out to Kaiser. Kaiser working one-on-one, finds Reeder outside. Now Jackson Shoemaker in the corner, drives, turns around, offensive foul. Gunnar McCullough taking the charge on the opening possession.
Yeah, good job there by McCullough getting his body in front and taking it on the chest. Shoemaker, not the smallest man. So you got to be pretty brave to take that charge, as McCullough was right there.
Falcons playing some full court one-on-one now. Gerald crosses the midcourt line, guarded by Montgomery, picks up his dribble. Now Robinson inside to McCullough on the high post. McCullough jump stops. Pioneers working it outside now. It's Gerald. In the post for McCullough again. Now on the baseline, kicks it out. Here's Ezra Rippeth. Pulls up, mid-range jumper. Gets it. The bounce to Zane Trace, offensive rebound. Now Rippeth again finds McCullough inside for the reverse layup.
Yeah, good work there. Getting the offensive rebound and then finding the cutter for the quick 2-0 lead for the Pioneers.
Now Kaiser with it, trying to cross up his man. He'll pull up and knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, his ability to shoot from the mid-range is what makes him such a difficult matchup. If he just stayed outside of the three or went inside, it's one way or the other, but you've got to deal with every type of scoring that Bennett Kaiser can do.
30 points, 10 rebounds in the win over South Point for Bennett Kaiser. Pioneers working it outside. Here's Grady Stewart, guarded by Shoemaker. Now Rippeth drives, finds McCullough again inside. Gunnar McCullough back-to-back buckets in the paint for the Pioneers. Now Montgomery stepped back, wanted to take the three. He'll find Reeder instead. Back to Montgomery. Now Montgomery on the drive, high off the glass, won't go. Rebound Shoemaker. Shoemaker with the putback, and he finishes.
Jackson Shoemaker.
4 apiece here, 5:30 left in the first quarter. Landon Jarrell with it now, 15 in the win over Ironton. Robinson back to Jarrell. Jarrell on the drive over Reeder, can't finish. And there's a fight for it. Glockner had it, and he's not able to control it. And it will stay with the Falcons. They say it went out of bounds on Zane Trace. .505 remaining. Minford and Zane Trace tied at 4 apiece. As Montgomery up the floor now, Kaiser back to Montgomery on the cut. Montgomery finishes at the rim, and a foul. Good action finding Kaiser, and Kaiser back to Montgomery on the cut to the basket. And he'll go to the line to shoot the bonus.
To the stripe with the bonus, Miles Montgomery.
6-4, Minford leading. As Montgomery finishes the and one. Under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. We are working on getting our score bug fixed. I know some people watching at home who are texting me. That is not me or John's fault.
I'll take the blame.
Here's Landon Jarrell. In the post to McCullough. McCullough makes a move, driving past Shoemaker. Can't finish at the rim, and Montgomery grabs the rebound. And he sprints up the floor. Now Glockner fires from the near side wing. Won't go. And Landon Robinson grabs the board.
Good look there for Glockner. Got a big game late in the regular season.
Glockner also the goalkeeper on the Minford soccer team who made it all the way to the state championship game back in the fall, and a kick ball there off the foot of Kaiser.
Yeah, if you told me anyone else in the entire state was a better goalkeeper down the stretch than Cade Glockner, I'd call you a liar. He was unreal from the district final all the way up until the state final. He had 7 saves in the final as well, which is not the easiest thing to pick up saves.
7-4, Minford leading, 4:10 left in the first quarter. Landon Jarrell, baseline drives past Shoemaker, out to Robinson, now Rippeth. Rippeth picks up his dribble. Now Jarrell and Shoemaker one-on-one. Jump stop and a foul called on the Falcons.
Thanks, Dewey.
Dewey Daly coming up clutch to get our score bug corrected. We once again apologize for the technical difficulties.
I don't.
If that's the worst thing that's happened to us so far, I think we're doing a good job. I'd say for our stream, that's probably the worst thing that's happened so far.
Don't jinx it.
Here's Grady Stewart now on the near side wing. Stewart drives, kicks it out. Corner three is good. Ezra Rippeth from downtown ties it at 7.
Good drive and kick. That ability for Zane Trace makes them very difficult to guard because they have so many different guys that can shoot, so many guys that can drive, and that are willing to passers as well.
Rippeth, the 39% three-point shooter, knocks one down there as Montgomery can't answer with a three of his own.
Yeah, if you want it, the only way you can maybe slow down Montgomery is to just don't guard him. Make him into more of a shooter and just hope that he's not red hot that day.
Now Stewart fires from downtown and hits it. Grady Stewart from downtown gets his first points of the night. Now Jackson Shoemaker has it outside, finds Kaiser on the far side wing. Kaiser pulls up from inside, won't go. And it's Gerald grabbing the board for the Pioneers. Now Landon Robinson with it. Robinson, step back three, no good. Montgomery with it. Falcons hurrying up the floor. Montgomery pulls up from the elbow off the front iron.
Yeah, these are tough shots they're taking at this point. Not the shots that they want to take more times than not.
Robinson finds McCullough up the floor, and he gets fouled on the baseline.
It's 2 now on Jackson Shoemaker.
It's not the early foul trouble you want at all if you're Minford.
Jackson Shoemaker with his second foul to team third.
So now going to be a little undersized. Curtis Glenn similar size, like height-wise, but bulk not nearly as much.
It'll be Gerald inbound. Finds Robinson on the block, and he gets the floater to go, and Josh Shoemaker wants a timeout for the Falcons. 12-7, Zane Trace in front. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, but a good start for the Pioneers.
Yeah, pretty ideal start for ZT at this point, where Minford is taking contested shots, off-balance shots, which is what they've done here before. They don't attack nearly as much at the Convo for whatever reason. If they look to attack, they're going to have a chance. But if they just decide they're going to just be jump shooters, this could be a tough game for them. But if they are uber aggressive, try to get downhill, drive and kick that way, that's the type of game Minford wants to play in. But right now, Zane Trace playing solid defense and is forcing them into jump shots. And that's something that this Minford team, even though they can do it, it's not their best course of action when attacking.
And obviously you've got Bennett Kaiser still in there, his 6'6" presence, but now with Jackson Shoemaker on the bench with 2 fouls, you got to think if you're Zane Trace, you want to be a little more physical inside now that you might have a size advantage there. Montgomery handoff to Kaiser, pulls up from the elbow and knocks it down.
Yeah, just I was hyping up Zane Trace, and then they just let a dribble handoff in for a open 15-footer for Kaiser.
4 points in the first quarter for Kaiser. Here's Robinson. Stands just below the logo at midcourt. Now Robinson outside. Gerald back out to Robinson at the top of the key. Some good action here. Here's Stewart again from downtown. Grady Stewart knocks down another triple, and the Pioneers' lead is back up to 6.
It's one of the weirdest things I've seen all season. Teams just letting Grady Stewart shoot from 3. He's over 40% from 3 on the year.
Kaiser pump fakes, drives, finds Reeder on the block, and he finishes off the glass.
Good work there by Bennett Kaiser, and then a nice finish by Reeder. But for Minford, they got to be better on the defensive end. You got to just stop letting these good shooters take open shots.
First points of the night for Ashton Reeder. Now Stewart kicks it out to Robinson. Under 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Gerald pump fakes on Kaiser, gives it to Robinson. Zane Trace slowing things down here, maybe trying to work the clock down for one final shot. Here's McCullough with it, guarded by Glenn, got it poked away, and Montgomery comes up with the steal. Montgomery on the drive, finishes off the glass.
5 now for Miles Montgomery. First turnover for Zane Trace. Cuts us back down to a 2-point game.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. Minford picking up the aggression on defense. Gerald trying to get past Glenn. Gerald kicks it out. Stewart from the corner won't go. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. The Zane Trace Pioneers out to a 15-13 lead on the 22-1 Minford Falcons. Don't go away here in the Convo. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
15-13, Zane Trace leading here as the second quarter getting ready to get underway. Minford gained a little bit of ground there at the end of the first quarter with baskets from Montgomery and Reeder to cut the lead back to 2.
Yeah, good defense leading to offense for the Falcons, which is something that hadn't happened so far in that first quarter.
Montgomery gets another deflection. Back to Gerald. Now a three-pointer is no good from Noah Houston. And Reeder gets the rebound, gives it to Montgomery. Montgomery off the screen from Reeder, drives through traffic. What a finish from Miles Montgomery to tie the game.
Yeah, he's got a great finishing bag around the hoop. Shows another one off there. Good move by the 2,000-point man.
Noah Houston up the floor to Gunnar McCullough. Now the Pioneers can set up their half-court offense. Here's Stewart trying to go in the post for McCullough. McCullough back out to Stewart. Now Stewart will drive and gets fouled.
Should be on Reeder.
They will call it on Reeder, his first of the night.
Had 4 ties, 2 lead changes so far tonight. Both teams making a little mini run, which is why we're back to 15 all.
As I said before, Minford looking for their first district title since 1995. They've been to the district final each of the last 2 years. They've fallen short both times. Here's McCullough, high post, fires from above the foul line, off the back iron, and Kaiser grabs the rebound. Now Kaiser jump stops coast to coast. Bennett Kaiser with the basket. And Zane Trace wants a timeout, and we will step aside. Minford in the lead. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie and Son Trucking, each week at sosaohio.com.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we We offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
An 8-0 run for the Minford Falcons puts them up 17-15 early on in the second quarter. They've been doing a great job turning defense to offense. They look to do the same here.
Yeah, stepping the defense up and get another steal.
Steal by Kaiser. Kaiser on the drive and finishes. Steal in the transition bucket from Kaiser. Another steal by the Falcons. Montgomery with it in the corner. Finds Glockner outside. Falcons slowing down, working the perimeter. Here's Kaiser. Out to Montgomery. Montgomery fires. That's no good. Glenn with the rebound and the putback gets it to go.
Got to make them work harder than that on the offensive glass. Just an easy little putback for Curtis Glenn, who's played very well since coming into this ballgame.
12-0 run for the Falcons. They lead by 6. Zane Trace in need of an answer. McCullough got stripped, but he got fouled as well.
2 now on Montgomery.
And that'll send McCullough to the line, a 63% free throw shooter on the year.
Connor McCullough at the line. He'll shoot 2 shots.
McCullough knocks down the first of 2 as Ezra Rippeth coming back in for Noah Houston.
5 now for Gunnar McCullough. They've done a good job of keeping him off the glass so far, because that's one of those 2 big areas that McCullough provides number-wise, on top of just how hard he plays in general.
2 for 2 at the line from the 6'3 junior, 21-17 as Zane Trace cuts into that deficit.
Yeah, you said him being 6'3", he plays much taller than his size too.
Now Kaiser baseline pull-up. Can't get it to go, and McCullough gets the rebound.
But a good look for the Falcons. See if they can put it together on defense without fouling again.
Now Stewart with it. Stewart swing past Gerald from downtown off the back iron. And Glockner able to haul it in. Montgomery with it.
A good look though.
Montgomery hesitates. He'll back it out. Now Kaiser with it again. Kaiser drives through contact off the glass. No good. Here comes Landon Robinson. Now McCullough. Stewart on the drive. Tried to kick it out, and Glockner's there with the steal. Montgomery through contact, no good. Kaiser with the rebound, and he gets it to go on the putback.
Great follow by Kaiser. Good work by Montgomery of getting that ball high off the glass to give it a chance. Doesn't fall, but Kaiser does such a good job of reaching above without reaching over for the offensive foul.
Now Gerald with it, can't get it to go. And a foul going for the rebound on Minford.
Yeah, just a little hip check by Curtis Glenn.
Curtis Glenn with that foul, his first.
Going back to Bennett Kaiser, it just seems like every time a shot goes up, Kaiser's there to grab it.
Well, he's not the typical 6'6" kid from our area. His motor is nonstop. So ball goes up, he's going after it. And if he doesn't get it, he's getting back on defense too.
Tried to go for McCullough in the post. It's taken away by Glenn. Now Montgomery driving past his defender. That shot will not count. Foul on the floor against the Pioneers. We go against Grady Stewart.
Yeah, and I understand Montgomery because he was up in the air when he got pushed, and typically that gives you a shooting foul. He would have been real livid if he made that, though.
Comes after the 6th Zane Trace turnover of the night. There's Glenn in the corner, baseline drive, he stepped out.
Only the 2nd turnover for Zane Trace. That's a rule change I don't like, that you can put two hands on someone and push them out of bounds, because Curtis Glenn didn't just run out of bounds. There was a little bit of body with it, which means you should be able to do it anywhere. There should be no pushes anymore if that's the rule.
Here's Landon Jarrell on the near side wing. Jarrell pulls up from downtown and hits it. Landon Jarrell with a three-pointer to cut the deficit to 3. And his first 3 points of the night.
Yeah, they switch everything, and the switch didn't get there in time. Jarrell just steps into the 3 and knocks it down. The senior averaging 9.3 points a game.
There's Reeder back to Kaiser. Montgomery in the corner. Wants to shoot, he'll go baseline instead. Through a double team, got it poked away. Gets it back. And he'll back it out now for Kaiser, who fires a long 3 off the front of the rim. And Montgomery deflects the pass, taken away by Reeder. What a pass inside to Montgomery. Ashton Reeder, beautiful pass to find Montgomery inside for the easy 2.
Just too many turnovers for Zane Trace. The 7 turnovers, a big part of why they are down 25-20 right now.
We saw last night with Meigs and New Lexington how important taking care of the basketball can be. Here's Ezra Rippeth from the corner, airmails that one, and Kaiser goes up for the rebound. Now Kaiser trying to do it himself. He'll kick it out to Glockner. Now Kaiser again outside, far side wing. Turnaround jumper from Kaiser is good.
That's such a tough shot. Spins back through.
And another steal, Montgomery inside to Kaiser with the strong finish. And Zane Trace will burn another timeout. It's been the Bennett Kaiser show so far here in Athens.
Yeah, it started because of Miles Montgomery on the defensive end. 3 steals now for Montgomery, 2 for Curtis Glenn, 1 for Cade Glockner. They are just causing all kinds of headaches for Zane Trace so far today, and that is why it is a 9-point game. Kaiser with 14, Montgomery with 9, and that's kind of what you've seen from those guys this year, is those two doing the heavy scoring lifting, while Shoemaker, Glenn, Glockner, Reeder are doing it on defense and then chipping in to help scoring whenever they can. So this is kind of just goes by how their games have gone so far this year. Maybe not as high a score, maybe a little lower scoring than they have been, but there's a reason why this team is 22-1.
And you talk, if you talk to Montgomery and or Kaiser, you know that they are the guys that make this Minford team go, but they're not afraid to give credit to these other guys on the team that allow them to make these kind of plays as well.
Yeah, I said it in the pregame. Both these teams are just such high chemistry teams, and that's why they've won so many games this year.
Montgomery tried to go for another steal. It's picked up by Jarrell in the backcourt.
Which that could have been huge because he's got 2 fouls already. If he could have got a third one there, that could have been maybe not a backbreaker, but a pretty big killer going into the second half.
Noah Houston back out to Jarrell on the wing. Jarrell pulls up in the paint. And, oh my goodness, what a roll. I thought the ball was going to get stuck on the back of the rim.
I'm glad it went in, but I was kind of hoping it would too. Just to see the jump ball fall.
Something we've never seen before on a Sosa stream, at least I don't think.
We got a couple wedgies this year. We haven't got one of those.
There's Kaiser, baseline drive out to Glockner. Now Reeder on the baseline. Falcons slowing things down just a little. Here's Kaiser, jump stops. Kaiser, no good that time, and it's Noah Houston grabbing the board. And he double dribbled. Another costly Zane Trace turnover.
I guess the positive there is it's a dead ball one. But if you look up at the scoreboard, you got 56% from Minford on the night, 0% from the three-point line. And this is a good three-point shooting team. So the fact they have not scored from three yet probably should make Zane Trace feel pretty fortunate at this point in time.
You have to wonder how far ahead Minford would be if they had knocked down a couple threes already. 40 seconds remain till halftime. Montgomery at the bottom of the state logo. Montgomery guarded by Rippeth. Montgomery will back it out. 20 seconds now remain. Some guys on Minford moving around just a little bit. It's Kaiser directing traffic. Here's Montgomery outside to Reeder. Now Kaiser, 6 seconds. Kaiser pulls up off the front iron. Glenn with the rebound. Glenn with the putback, no good. And the ball pinballs around Glenn. Shot is no good at the buzzer. And that brings us to the intermission here inside the Convocation Center. It's the Minford Falcons with a 29-22 lead on Zane Trace after an explosive second quarter. That'll bring us to halftime, and we'll step aside here in Athens. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par Mar has it. Download the Par Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Halftime inside the Roundhouse on Richland. It's this Division 5 district final as the Minford Falcons have a 29-22 lead on the Zane Trace Pioneers. Carson Francis and John Bruce with you once again. John, a tale of two halves in that first half. Zane Trace had their way with a few things in the first quarter before Minford came storming back early on in the second, and they lead by 7.
Yeah, Minford's going to go at you with that pressure anytime they can. So made baskets, dead balls, what have you. They were finally able to do it. And once they did it, they started to turn over the Pioneers at great length 9 times versus only 2 of their own. And one of those 2 turnovers came on the first possession of the game for Minford on an offensive foul. So besides that, they've been very good with the ball, and that's why they have this current 7-point lead. We had 4 ties, 3 lead changes in that first half. Minford was led by Bennett Kaiser with 14 points, only 3 rebounds, but overall he's done the lion's share of the scoring for the Falcons. 9 points for Miles Montgomery, and then you had 2 points each from Curtis Glenn, Ashton Reeder, and Jackson Shoemaker. And big thing to look for in the second half will be Jackson Shoemaker and Miles Montgomery each with 2 fouls each. You don't see Montgomery almost ever in foul trouble. So we'll see what adjustments he makes, but he still had 2 or 3 steals after he had the 2 fouls. So, you know, I would, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would probably say that Montgomery is still going to be very aggressive defensively, at least until he would pick up a 4th foul, because I would say he's going to just play. He's going to play his game. He knows how to play at one speed, and he's probably going to stick with that for the rest of this game. For Zane Trace, they got off to a hot start from 3-point range early and then kind of cooled down late in the half. They were led by Grady Stewart with 6, Gunnar McCullough with 6. There's 2 juniors. 2 points for Landon Robinson, 3 for Ezra Rippeth, and then 5 for Landon Jarrell, who also may have had the longest the ball has been on the rim in this history of our social live streams. As that thing spun for a while, it did eventually fall in, but
I think it bounced around every centimeter of that rim down there on the far side.
Yeah, and I don't know I think we just got it in the top, just above the M on our little score bug here. If you just watched, one of these young men just got his ankles broken and fell just above the mat in the paint. And then we got a dude doing parkour back here, like doing front flips over top of railings.
We got all kinds of stuff going on in the combo. You just never know what you're going to get. But going back to this game, I think it's safe to say that if Zane Trace wants to work their way back into this one, they've got to start by taking care of the basketball. We mentioned the turnovers already.
Yeah, even with 9 turnovers, you're only down 7 points. So, I mean, you got to cut that in half. You got to stay under 15 for the game to have any chance, in my opinion. I don't know if you have a chance at that point, but you got to make sure you have the most possessions possible because of how well this Minford team scores the basketball. So you want to at least give yourselves as many chances as them. You can't get behind them because of turnovers, and that's what's happened to Zane Trace so far. A lot of it has been because of Montgomery, Reeder, Glenn, Glockner. I mean, it's been a really impressive display by the guards for Minford, but ultimately right now the difference has been Bennett Kaiser, which I think we thought coming in probably could be because he was going to be a tough matchup for whoever Zane Trace put on him. If you throw McCullough on him, then you're losing a big on Shoemaker, and when he's in the game, he can kill you inside if you aren't careful with him. But also, you know, Montgomery with his 9 points, and just overall, you know, it's been the two-headed monster for Minford as opposed to the entirety of the team for Zane Trace right now. But if Zane Trace thinks it's only going to be those 2 scoring all night long, they got to be smart because, you know, Glockner and Reeder can each shoot it. Shoemaker can really shoot it. Curtis Glenn can do a variety of things offensively as well. So if you don't take everybody serious, that's when this Minford team can blow you out.
Yeah, the two-headed monster, as we said, combined for 23 out of the 29 points in the first half for the Falcons. It's really just no different than what we've seen all year from this Minford team. And going forward here on our Sosa streams, we want to also point out there is a doubleheader tonight, and after the conclusion of this game, we will have another stream for you, Chesapeake and Wheelersburg, tipping off around 8:15 here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Dewey will be taking over for me, and that one with you, John, should be an interesting game for the nightcap here to punch another ticket to the Sweet 16.
Good use of your words there. So in this one of the big things about this, there is an upcharge for the tournament, which is free to everyone watching. But a big part of why we're able to do all 9 of these district championship games is because of our sponsors. So Ohio Health, Glow Fiber, Glockner Family Dealerships, Parmar Stores, Tomlinson Insurance, Willie & Sons Trucking, and then the Schmidt Family Restaurant Group as well. Like we have some great sponsors. Make sure you check them out whenever you can if you're in those areas. And, we just appreciate being able to come out and do these games and not have to worry about it. It's just all we got to do is have the check, and then we can do it, and we don't have to worry about it. So we appreciate our sponsors in every way. So got a big second half coming up here. Will be Minford ball to start.
Minford again in search of ending a 30-year district title drought. They're ahead after the first half, trying to keep it that way after another half of basketball here in the Convo. As Reeder will inbound it to Miles Montgomery. Second half is underway in this Division 5 district final. As Reeder finds Shoemaker, now Kaiser. Kaiser in the high post, finds Glockner outside. Falcons around the perimeter. Here's Montgomery. Pulls up. No good. Kaiser with the rebound again. Kaiser. Second effort's no good. He gets it back again. And this time it's stolen away by the Pioneers. Now up the floor. Here's Grady Stewart for 3. That's no good. Gets his own rebound, and he's able to finish inside the paint.
Good work by Stewart. Staying with it. Getting the putback in to get his team back within 5.
Now Montgomery trying to answer on the drive, tried to go for Kaiser, it's deflected. Reeder tried to save it, but Rippeth was right there to take it away.
Only 2 turnovers in the first half, 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions for the Falcons.
Zane Trace looking to make the Falcons pay for it. Here's Gerald going past Glockner, the runner off the front iron. Shoemaker fights for the rebound. He gets it up the floor. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery tried to hesitate and it loses the dribble.
3rd turnover already this half.
Landon Robinson with it near the logo. Now Stewart Rippeth in the corner. Outside Robinson for 3. It's good. Landon Robinson from outside cuts the deficit to 2.
Yeah, good work there by Rippeth, finding his shooter on the outside. His 3rd assist, all to 3-point shooters on the outside. Correction, 4 assists.
5 points on the night for Landon Robinson. Kaiser mid-post, off the rim. Reeder's second effort, no good. And there's a scramble for the ball on the baseline. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Minford. You can just see that Zane Trace has come out of halftime playing a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, nothing seemingly bothers them. So they got off to
Shoemaker had a wide open look, the double pump fake, he gets it to go anyway.
He's lucky that he wasn't called for a shuffle there. A, I think he shuffled, but B, it just looks so awkward to pump fake nobody. But a nice out of bounds play for Minford to get it back to a 4-point lead.
Now Gerald has it inside McCullough. Gerald again on the drive, kicks it out. Rippeth for 3, off the rim. McCullough tried to get the offensive rebound. Montgomery tried to go for the save. He throws it out of bounds instead.
Yeah, I think Rippeth put that a little bit higher because of Kaiser coming out on the closeout. So well done by the 6'6 senior.
Gerald to inbound to McCullough now. Grady Stewart. Stewart 14 points in the win over Ironton. As he drives past Shoemaker, finds Rippeth inside. Rippeth dribbles, kicks it out to Gerald. Now Robinson has it in the corner. Back to Gerald on the drive, finds McCullough inside, and McCullough finishes off the glass.
Good drive and drop off. McCullough with another nice finish. He's now 3 for 4 from the field for 8 points.
Pioneers back within 2. Here's Kaiser from downtown off the front of the rim. And Glockner able to recover the pinball. Now Montgomery at the top of the key. Montgomery runner. No good, but he draws the foul.
Foul charge number 24.
Go against McCullough, his first of the evening.
Montgomery 1 for 1 at the line so far tonight.
First attempt on that trip successful from the West Liberty commit.
On the floor for the Falcons.
As Glenn will re-enter the game for Minford, coming in for Ashton Reeder. Some nice minutes there in the first half from Curtis Glenn. As Montgomery able to go 2 for 2 on that trip, and it's a 4-point game. Minford going back to their press now. Pioneers got to get it up the floor. A steal taken away by Montgomery. Montgomery on the drive and a foul. Transition bucket from Miles Montgomery off the steal.
I don't think Montgomery could have maybe ever gotten an easier steal, as it just goes right into his hands. He does a great job seeking out the contact as he gets around the contact as well for the lay-in. Outstanding play for Montgomery.
And Montgomery able to sink the free throw to get it back to 7, the lead Minford had coming into the second half. And the Falcons not letting their foot off the gas defensively. Stewart up the floor, here's Rippeth. Rippeth now back to Stewart. Glockner tumbled there on defense.
We'll say really good adjustment at the half by Zane Trace. Even though they had a turnover that led to that three-point play, that was clearly not the design, because the last couple of trips, they've gotten the ball up the court very easily.
Here's Robinson from the top of the key off the backboard, and Montgomery with the rebound. He brings it up the floor. Montgomery off the glass, no good. Kaiser with the follow, that's no good. Second effort again. Bennett Kaiser has been all over the floor, and another putback from the big man makes it a 9-point lead for the Falcons as Zane Trace burns a full timeout. And we'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Back here inside the Convocation Center, Minford with a 9-point lead on Zane Trace after the putback from Bennett Kaiser. John, you and I were talking during the break. Statistic-wise, not the best night for Kaiser shooting, but he's just been playing so hard that his impact on this game cannot be denied.
Yeah, he's 8 for 18 from the field, and a lot of those are inside, but he's getting offensive rebounds. He's getting putbacks. He's doing little things, which is what you love so much about Bennett Kaiser.
Gerald almost threw it away for the Pioneers as Robinson able to get it back. How will the Pioneers answer to this run from the Falcons? As McCullough hands it off. Here's Grady Stewart. Grady Stewart lost it. Montgomery again with the steal. Montgomery glides to the basket. That's no good. And McCullough is there for the rebound.
Yeah, a couple missed layups in a row for Montgomery, but making up with some big-time plays on the defensive end.
Now Rippeth to McCullough in the short corner. Gerald for three, off the rim. And out of bounds, it will go to the Falcons. Minford still yet to make a three in this ball game.
They haven't really shot a ton, but this is a team that can make threes. It's not like that's not part of their game. So it is a big-time surprise to not see them make anything so far, but almost go away from it here in the second half as well.
Here's Kaiser now mid-post, draws the foul on the shot.
We get his first chance at the free throw line.
Landon Gerald picking up his second foul.
Second foul of the night on Landon Gerald.
Sends Bennett Kaiser at the line. He will shoot two.
As the first attempt from Kaiser is good, and that brings the lead to double digits for the Falcons.
Get Glockner back in.
Glockner returns to the game for Curtis Glenn. Two for two goes Kaiser, and that pushes the lead to 11 for Minford, 40-29. Gerald with it. Robinson picks up his dribble, back to Gerald. After the Pioneers break the press from Minford. Now here's McCullough trying to work past Shoemaker, gives it out to Grady Stewart. Now Stewart, excuse me. Off the screen now Gerald. Gerald got tripped up and he draws the foul. We'll go against Kaiser, his first.
Getting Kaiser with the foul, that's his first. Team first.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy for how hard he plays, that he very rarely fouls as well.
Some substitutions in for the Pioneers. Noah Houston entering the game, as well as Judah Hanks seeing his first action of the night. Gerald inbound from the baseline. He'll get it into Stewart. There's Hanks, passes it to Houston. Off the screen, McCullough. Gerald picks up his dribble. Tried to go for McCullough in the post, and he throws it away.
Yeah, you just got to try to get a little tighter of an angle there. At that angle, it's very hard to make that connecting pass. If you make the connecting pass, it's 2 points, but just that angle, very difficult.
Minford trying to grow on this lead even further and continue to pull away. Lob for Kaiser. He almost threw it down. The pass a little offline. Zane Trace still looking for an answer. Here's Gerald. Off the screen, Gerald on the drive and a foul. He's able to finish inside.
Yeah, really good work by Landon Gerald. Just seeing him over the last couple of games, you can tell he's feeling really good right now. After missing the first month of the season and then kind of having a little bit of a slow start, he's finishing very strong right now, is the senior Landon Gerald.
For the first time,
Cohen Larson now seeing his first action for the Pioneers. As we await the bonus free throw from Landon Gerald. 83% from the line so far this season. But he misses there. The announcer jinx. Strikes again. Kaiser grabs the rebound, dishes it to Montgomery, who brings it up the floor. There's Glockner, top of the key, feeds Kaiser inside. Kaiser tried to go for Reeder. It's deflected out of bounds on the Pioneers.
Yeah, good help side or backside defense.
Also returning, Gunnar McCullough.
McCullough will re-enter Judah Hanks. Heads back to the bench. 1:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Montgomery inbounds. Glockner, corner three, airmails it. Houston grabs it. Now here's Houston on the drive, out of control, and he traveled. 13 turnovers now on the Pioneers.
Yeah, only 5 for Minford. And really, with those numbers, you probably wouldn't think this is only a 9-point game. But in reality, a couple made shots away for Zane Trace, and they're right back in this game. So they got to get a couple stops, but also maintain better possession on their offensive end.
There's Glenn inside to Kaiser. Now out to Montgomery. Kaiser setting a screen for Montgomery. We talked coming out of halftime, turnovers would be key if Zane Trace wanted to get back into this game. Haven't really helped their cause there. And as the third quarter clock winds down, Minford looking to extend this lead even further. "15 seconds remain. Montgomery at the logo. Under 10 now. Montgomery crosses over, gets fouled by Rippeth.
Not a bad foul. You still had one to give.
Foul charge number 5, Ezra Rippeth. His second, team fourth.
But the only thing here is now Shoemaker can get in and maybe knock down a shot.
For Curtis Glenn. Judah Hanks back in. Substitution for
It'll be Glockner to inbound with 7.1 left. Gets it in. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery from way downtown. That's no good. 2 seconds left. Rippeth from half court. It's no good. And Minford stands 8 minutes away from ending a 30-year district title drought. They lead Zane Trace by 9 as we head to the fourth. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
8 minutes remaining in this Division 5 district final as Minford is in front of Zane Trace 40-31 as we head into the fourth. And it seems like the story of this game has just been Minford's ability to take advantage of these Zane Trace turnovers.
Yeah, Zane Trace, way too many turnovers right now. Missing some decent looks inside, but really didn't lose a lot of ground in that quarter despite too many turnovers still.
Let's see how much Zane Trace is able to chip away before it's too late. As McCullough fires from the top of the key off the back rim.
I was going to say, if he's going to shoot it, it might as well be a 3.
Here's Montgomery. Backs it out. He'll drive now. Montgomery through contact, can't finish, but draws the foul.
Montgomery will step to the line where he is 4 for 4 on the night.
Landon Robinson with that foul. That's his first.
First foul on Landon Robinson.
Montgomery, the 5'10 senior, became the all-time leading scorer in Minford basketball history earlier this season.
He's over 2,060 career points. Make that 2,064.
Knocks the first one down.
That even number.
And another one for Montgomery. It's a 11-point lead for the Falcons. Some tight one-on-one pressure from Kaiser against Robinson. Now McCullough hands it off to Gerald. Gerald, the runner, can't get it to go, and Kaiser with the rebound. Kaiser's pushing up the floor himself. Up the floor to Reeder, who finishes at the rim.
Good work running the break there by Bennett Kaiser. And then obviously by Reeder filling the lane and finishing. He's got 4.
Robinson to inbound for the Pioneers, gets it into Rippeth. Rippeth gets it across. Rippeth jump stops, kicks it out to Stewart. And Gerald guarded by Kaiser.
Stewart's going to have to do something a little more aggressively offensively here.
Stewart with it, kicks it out to Rippeth. Again, wanted to take that three. He'll give it back to Stewart. Pioneers working it around the perimeter. Now they get it into McCullough on the high post. Finds Robinson flashing down the paint. He got it stripped. And almost lost it again were the Pioneers. Zane Trace just looking for any open look. As McCullough will give it up to Rippeth.
Someone's just going to have to be aggressive here in a minute.
They find McCullough inside, and McCullough is able to finish down low off the glass.
And that aggressive is McCullough getting set hard in the lane, and then also a nice look by Landon Robinson.
Minford still in front by 11. Pioneers could really use a stop here. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser on the drive, and he traveled. One too many steps there before making that pass. Now Robinson will get it into McCullough. Zane Trace, last one in district in 2020, right before COVID shut down the season. Got some work to do here in the final 5.5 minutes. Here's McCullough inside again, and he gets fouled.
But at least in 2020, they got to play in the regional.
That is true.
They were the last, they might have been the last game to play because it was the night before.
I think it was the second last game because Fairland played after them.
Okay.
Fairland would have played Harvest Prep in the regional final that year. As McCullough stands at the line. Can't connect on the first attempt. Second shot from McCullough, also no good, but he gets his own rebound and gets an extra possession back for the Pioneers. Gerald on the drive, swatted by Kaiser, but he gets fouled.
Yeah, Zane Trace, if they're going to come back in this game, they have to make their free throws. They've missed their last 3 free throws now. See if Gerald can get them a little bit closer at the line where he is a very proficient shooter.
Gerald unable to connect on that one too. As the 83% free throw shooter, 0 for 2 at the line tonight. as Glenn re-enters for Minford.
The Pioneers only 2 for 6, so slightly better right now than their three-point percentage.
Gerald able to knock that one down, and that cuts the lead back to 10.
Just a hand in the chest.
Montgomery up the floor. Glenn had some trouble with it. He gets it back. Now back out to Montgomery from downtown. That's no good. And McCullough able to haul it in, guarded by Shoemaker. Now Stewart comes off the ball screen. Stewart kicks it out. Robinson, corner three. Gets a bounce Midford's way, and Kaiser grabs the rebound. And a steal by Stewart. Stewart drives. And the foul on the floor by Curtis Glenn. And they are going to say he was shooting.
What else was he doing?
The original call was he was on the floor. And that's where they're going to line it up. So after we clear some confusion, at least for now, Landon Jarrell will line up to inbound. Pioneers looking to cut the deficit back to single digits as it's Stewart finding McCullough inside. Now Jarrell with it. Try to go for Robinson inside. Has trouble handling it. Rippeth for three, in and out. McCullough with the rebound, goes up and gets fouled on the putback.
McCullough 2 for 4 at the line so far. Has a team high 10.
As he knocks down the first one on this trip, that'll cut it back to 9. McCullough, the leading scorer on the season for Zane Trace. He also, as you mentioned, leads the Pioneers in scoring tonight. As he can't connect on that one, Glockner had trouble with the rebound, saves it, and Montgomery has it. Pioneers applying some full court pressure as McCullough gets called for the foul. Second on the night, as we'll have a timeout called by the Falcons. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new Pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
.426 remaining in this Division 5 district final inside the Convocation Center, as the Minford Falcons have possession, looking to get out of Athens with the district championship trophy. And in now or never time for the Pioneers, they're going full court press as they get into Montgomery. Montgomery almost lost it. He gets away. Shoemaker pump fakes, can't finish. And it's out of bounds on the Falcons.
He needs to just shoot it. Don't pump fake it. If it gets blocked, it gets blocked. More likely, you're going to get fouled.
You know how many times I've had a coach tell me that? Robinson, full court pass up the floor. McCullough finishes, nobody in the same area code.
Great pass down court by Landon Robinson.
Montgomery gets fouled as he brings it up the floor. He'll go against Landon Robinson.
Landon Robinson will foul, his second to 13 foul.
Falcons will reset. Cade Glockner to inbound. Pioneers trying to steal the ball away from Montgomery as Ezra Rippeth gets called for the foul.
Ezra Rippeth, that's his third.
Be the third foul against Ezra Rippeth.
Next one will be the bonus for the Falcons.
Into Montgomery in the backcourt now.
Foul here.
Glenn, cross-court pass to Glockner. Inside Shoemaker now. Shoemaker gives it back out to Glockner. Falcons in no rush to force a shot. Now Montgomery will drive, backs it out. Zane Trace trying to foul.
There's two hands on everywhere.
No foul called yet by these officials, even though Zane Trace clearly trying to. Here's Shoemaker from the corner. It's good. Jackson Shoemaker could be the dagger.
Yeah, he's a really good shooter. You can't just leave him that wide open. And Jackson Shoemaker makes him pay. He's got 7 now in a little bit of a limited time because of foul trouble today.
Here's Stewart, draws the foul on the drive.
So, okay, that probably was a foul. But how is that different than the two hands just shoves all over the half court? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And really, Zane Trace probably would prefer to have those two hand shoves because that takes away a 3.
Stewart able to knock down the first one. It seems like every time we watch Minford in a game at this magnitude, Jackson Shoemaker always has one big play like that that creates a lot of separation for his team. That play no different. Stewart able to knock down the second. He goes 2 for 2 at the line. Judah Hanks will re-enter for the Pioneers.
But they're going to need Stewart down the stretch. And he's only got 10 points. 6 of those came in the first quarter. They really need him to get going and be more aggressive.
Here's Montgomery now, stands at the logo. He'll back it down. Now Kaiser with it, some two-man action in the backcourt. Montgomery will back it out. 2:40 remaining here in Athens as the foul drawn by Montgomery on Landon Robinson.
I don't know how that's more of a foul than the last possession was. Like, it's just, you don't know how to play. And it's got to be hard to officiate that. But
I feel like it's got to be hard if you're Zane Trace too.
Yeah, you don't know what you can do. Because last possession you're able to be really physical. This possession, not much. And at this point, you probably don't want to foul yet, but you do want to try to speed them up and force some turnovers.
So Montgomery goes 2 for 2 at the line on that trip, and he's got 18 on the night. Falcons ahead by 10, looking to close out a district title. Here's Robinson out to Gerald. Gerald finds McCullough inside. He can't hang on to it. And Montgomery picks up the steal. And he'll slow it down. Montgomery on the drive. He'll back it out. Here's Shoemaker out to Glockner. Falcons playing a little game of keep away. Montgomery through traffic finally gets fouled in the paint. With the bonus, that'll send Montgomery back to the foul line for 2 more shots.
Miles Montgomery.
As the senior knocks this one down, and he now leads all scorers with 19.
Ashton Reeder back on the floor.
Reeder will re-enter for the Falcons, replacing Curtis Glenn.
Good minutes from Glenn.
Montgomery 2 for 2 once again, lead up to 12 now for the Falcons.
2 minutes.
2 minutes remain for a trip to the Sweet 16 here in the Convo. Robinson, pull up 3, won't go. Montgomery grabs the board. Montgomery trying to get it out of there, out of bounds on Reeder. Zane Trace gets the ball back. Obviously, now or never time for the Pioneers. As McCullough fires from outside, knocks it down. Gunnar McCullough cuts the lead to 9 with that triple. We have a timeout after the shot. It will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it was now or never. So someone's got to get a shot up. You know, McCullough's not one of your top 3-point shooters, but he's got a nice touch. His range has grown throughout the season as well, so not a bad shot at all, obviously, because it went in, but yeah, good work there by McCullough to just knock down the triple.
Defensively now, if you're Zane Trace, again, now or never, what do you have to do to be able to contain for this last minute 44?
Don't foul Miles Montgomery. He's 10 for 10 at the free throw line so far. The ball is going to be in his hands. If he gets rid of it, you got to foul whoever gets it immediately. You maybe hesitate a little bit on Kaiser, but I think as long as it's somebody off of Montgomery's hands, you just want to kill the clock then. You have nobody with 4 fouls if you're Zane Trace, so you can be very aggressive defensively. You know, it'll be tough because how much time is left and how many timeouts you got.
They get it up to floor. Glockner, steal by McCullough. Pioneers have it back. Here's Rippeth. Stewart fires from downtown. It's good. Grady Stewart knocks it down, lead down to 6. Montgomery gets through traffic and glides to the rim for 2.
Although if you're going to, what was that? If you're going to foul, you might want to foul instead of letting him go coast to coast. That's a big basket as we were down to a 6-point lead.
I know you said you didn't want to foul Montgomery, but you don't want to let that happen either.
Right.
As McCullough can't hang on to the pass, out of bounds. Costly turnover for the Pioneers. As Josh Shoemaker now wants a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, it's a good timeout here. You just maybe avoided some disaster with that turnover, but overall now you want to make sure you get the ball in the right spots, have everyone know where they need to be, make sure they know they have the possession arrow, make sure they know they have 2 timeouts, and just make sure every situation has been gone over. For Zane Trace, I think you just got to foul as soon as it gets in because of that possession arrow. Since the possession arrow is pointing towards the Falcons, I think you got to try to steal possessions if possible.
That coast-to-coast basket from Montgomery, too, proving all the more costly for Zane Trace. Again, didn't want to foul Montgomery, but you didn't want to let him just take the ball coast-to-coast for an easy layup.
Well, and especially with the clock not stopping in high school. So that takes probably another 4 seconds to get down there, and then you got to take it another 4 to get back. It's just, it runs a lot of clock when you don't have a lot of clock to deal with.
Glockner will inbound to Kaiser. And Kaiser fouled under the Zane Trace basket by Robinson.
Yeah, now Kaiser also has not missed free throws, but he's 2 for 2. So based off of that,
you'd rather take your chances on the guy who's shooting 100% with only 2 shots rather than 10 shots.
Yeah. Because at least, you know, it had been a little bit since his last 2, and just maybe he doesn't have the feel for it as much, but he does. So
it's the first one from Kaiser, makes it back to a 9-point game. Can bring it back to double digits here. As he misses that one, he gets his own rebound though. Goes up again, and Kaiser with the finish. The dagger from Bennett Kaiser.
Oh, that's it for Landon Robinson.
His 5th personal foul.
5th foul on the 6-foot senior. As he will step off the court, presumably one final time in a Zane Trace uniform.
Just a really nice career for Landon Robinson if this is it. He's done a bit of everything for Zane Trace. He was a point guard as a sophomore. He was point guard a little bit this year. He had to do a little bit more scoring last year. It's just he's had an outstanding overall career. I'm glad he got a chance to compete down here at the Convo one more time as well.
Under a minute to go, Zane Trace trailing by 12. Houston picks up his dribble. Now McCullough with it. McCullough pump fakes. Step through, gives it out. Gerald, corner 3, knocks it down. With 38.9 to go, timeout, Zane Trace.
That'll be their final timeout.
It's a full timeout. We'll quickly step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Hio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
.9 remaining here in the Convocation Center as Minford looks to kill the rest of this clock and bring home its first district title in 30 years. Shoemaker gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. It's the first foul on Ezra Rippeth.
Jackson Shoemaker at the line with 2, the double bonus.
As Shoemaker's first attempt goes in and out. Since that last district title that the Falcons won back in '95, they were just 2-13 in district play coming into this season. Shoemaker splits the difference at the line. 30 seconds remaining here in the convo. Gerald on the drive. Gerald off the glass. McCullough with the rebound. Back to Gerald for 3. Airmails it. Shoemaker with the rebound. And Kaiser gets fouled by McCullough. And he'll try to put the cherry on top with 2 more free throws here with 16.4 left.
McCullough with that foul, that's his 3rd.
You can feel that this Minford crowd is ready to celebrate here in 16 seconds.
So a pretty good year for Minford sports. Their boys Baseball team
going
goes
back to the spring. Yeah.
Go to the baseball Final Four in the spring. We're going to see the seniors, I believe, check out, or maybe the starters check out for Zane Trace. But they go to the baseball Final Four in the spring. Ty Borland, I know, is a part of that team. Then in soccer, they go to the state championship game. Their girls go to the Final Four in girls soccer. They're now in the Elite Eight tomorrow in girls basketball, and now going to win a district championship for the first time in 30 years here in boys basketball as well. One-time Convo starter, Sebastian Ray, into the game. He was announced 2 years ago.
Kaiser puts the cherry on top. Going 2 for 2 at the line there. Under 15 to go. There's Barry. Out to Stevens. Or no, that's Barry for 3. And that'll cut it to under 10 in the final seconds. And that's going to do it from the Convo. The Minford Falcons, 30 years in the making, are district champions. And they're going to the Sweet 16 here in the Convo.
Yeah, it's been a program that's been on the rise for the last number of years, all peaking here at this final year for most of the players in the program. And what better way than to finally get over the hump at the Convo and to finally be able to cut down the nets here at Ohio University.
As the Falcons will go down and celebrate in front of their fans. They are Division V district champions in the year 2025. They knock off Zane Trace 60-51 here inside the Convocation Center. And they'll bring that district trophy back home to Minford. We'll step aside and come back for the medal and trophy presentations and give our final thoughts on this contest. You're watching Ohio High School Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Hey, Mike Glockner here from the Glockner family of dealerships. Want to talk to you about our express service that we offer at every Glockner location. Did you know that you don't need an appointment if you need a routine service done to your vehicle? All you have to do is show up. No appointment necessary. Stop by and let us serve you at any Glockner location today.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Colt Donahue. Mark Napier. Tate Johnson. Ty Borland. Maddox Porter. First man off the bench, Curtis Glenn. And your starter, Jackson Shoemaker. Cade Glockner. Ashton Reeder. Big man in the middle and high flying, Bennett Kaiser. And you should call him the Field Marshal, Miles Montgomery. Head coach, Josh Shoemaker and his staff. Your district championship trophy. The Falcons of Minford.
The mighty Minford Falcons are district champions for the first time since 1995 after a 60-51 win over Zane Trace here in the Convocation Center. The Falcons are going to the Sweet 16. They'll play next Friday back here in the Convo against the winner of the East District in Division 5.
Yeah, an outstanding effort for Minford all the way through, and Zane Trace battled throughout as well. So Zane Trace got off to a quick start and then just could not keep it going through that second quarter, but they stayed in it the entire way. At no point did this ever turn into a laugher. This was a really about a 6 to 8 point game most of the second half. Ultimately, Minford proves to be about the 9 point better team between the two, just based off how the game was played throughout the evening. Tonight, Zane Trace was led by their juniors. Number 24, Gunnar McCullough with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and Grady Stewart with 13 points. Landon Gerald finished with 11 points, Ezra 3, Landon Robinson 5. Noah Houston, Judah Hanks did not score, and neither did Cohen Larson for the Pioneers either. And rounding out the scoring was number 2, Roman Berry, who will probably be a big part of this program here in the future for the Pioneers as well, after having a nice beginning of the season and then a little bit of a JV season as well. So for the mighty Minford Falcons, district champions for the first time since 1995, they were led by Bennett Kaiser with 24 points, 11 rebounds. Just his energy level, I just feel like their practice energy level has to be crazy because of just the different guys they have in there that just work all the time. Speaking of that, Miles Montgomery, 22 points, 4 assists, 6 steals on the night, 5 rebounds as well. Just a really good all-around game for Montgomery. He also, it was Shoemaker that hit the only 3 of the game for Minford, but they were only 1 for 9, so it wasn't like they took a ton of them. Speaking of Jackson Shoemaker, he ended up with 8 points, including that big 3 in the fourth. They're up by 4 at the time. He hits a 3. Or no, correction, they're up 7 at the time.
Hit the 3 to make it a 10-point game.
Yeah, and that really put the game away as Zane Trace was starting to make a little bit of a push at that time. Yeah, that is also not the score. They didn't even turn the scoreboard off last night, so.
Yeah,
So there we go. But moving on to Ashton Reeder with 4 points, Curtis Glenn with 2 points. Cade Glockner did not score. I think I mentioned Jackson Shoemaker with 8 points, but in case I didn't, throw him in there as well. So Coach Josh Shoemaker, his staff do a great job, and it's really cool for that community to have this excellence going through their ranks right now in the high school athletics. Good luck to their girls tomorrow. As we also cover Portsmouth, good luck to both of them on a healthy game. May the best team win and represent the Southeast District at the Final Four next week. So, and hopefully we can get a couple more of the girls' teams to play next week in the Final Four, and then the week after would be the boys. So hopefully we get to take advantage of the extra divisions before people figure out how to game them to get the best possible team that they can legally. So before teams do that, let's take advantage of it and win a couple titles for the Southeast. But yeah, it's a pleasure to call the game with you today. Always fun to watch these teams that play so well together with the Zane Trace and obviously Minford as well. Teams that you can just tell they like each other, and because of that, it makes it a lot more fun to watch and call those games as well.
Absolutely, and it's really special for this Minford community. We see how well they support their team all year. I mean, we've been to a lot of games there over the past couple years where it's been turn-away crowds there. They brought a great showing tonight to the Convo, and they're going to have a nice trip back to Muletown tonight as they bring home a district title trophy for the first time in 30 years. Don't go away after this one. We've got Chesapeake and Wheelersburg looking to book another spot in the Sweet 16 in Division 5 coming up here at about 8:15.
Yeah, and while you're around, remember on Sunday we will have Division 6 district championship games at 12 and 2, Division 4 at 4, Division 3 at 4, thank you. And then Division 7 will be at 6 and 8. That will most likely conclude our video coverage for the year, well, for the season. There's a chance we may do something down the line with some of those teams that make it to that next level.
We'll keep you guys updated as we go.
But yeah, just make sure you check out our socials and whatnot to be able to best know where you can see us in the future as well. So it'll be a, we still got 3 more weeks, 2 more weeks, whatever. 3 more weeks. You got 3 more weeks left of basketball. Make sure you enjoy it, because once the NCAA tournament starts, then it's like there's like no days off and it's over in an instant. So if you get a chance, come down to the Convo on Sunday if you're not coming later tonight, and just, come out and support your local teams. We appreciate everyone watching. We had I put out a post today about just how many watchers we had last night, but at the same time, we would love to see bigger crowds here for these kids because of how hard they work and that they deserve it. So,
absolutely. One final time from Game 1 tonight here in the Convo. Minford 60, Zane Trace 51. The Falcons are 2025 district champions in Division 5. From Kenneth Hay, our cameraman, to John Bruce, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's game on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. Be sure to tune in. Coming up next for Wheelersburg and Chesapeake.
55-44.
Nice.